WWE can't write shit. They can't write for shit. They can't write worth shit. They can't. They can't book shit. This is crazy. Let me just get straight to the point. WWE has basically teased a Rock versus Roman feud. They've all but confirmed it. Basically, as of the time of this recording, which is January 2nd, 2024. So, on the January 1st edition of Raw, which they're calling Day 1, which they named after a 2022 pay-per-view, they teased the return of a former champion. And fans already knew it was The Rock. Let's be real about it. Let's be honest. But from what I can tell, because I don't have cable anymore, I unsubscribed a long time ago. But I saw it on YouTube. They played the clip. And from what I can tell, Jinder Mahal comes out. I guess he was the quote-unquote former champion that WWE was talking about, even though they were technically also talking about The Rock. But you know what I mean. I mean storyline-wise. So Jinder comes out and he's talking all this shit and whatever. Rock comes out. He does his usual shtick. You know, he's got to be the comedian, which I love. I'm a huge Rock fan. I hope I get to meet this guy someday. I really do. But anyway, getting back to the feud and why it won't work. So he comes out and he does his little shtick. And he does the same thing he did in 2023, which is also what he did in 2002. You guys remember when he did that promo where he said, this side will say you are, that side will say an asshole. And then they were like, you are an asshole. You are an asshole. And then he decided to use it again in 2024, but only this time he said, day one, douchebag. Day one, douchebag. And I'm like, okay. So he spends like 5 minutes going back and forth with Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal's not really saying anything. Rock is doing most of the talking, at least from the clip that I saw. And The Rock is like, oh, I know you're the modern day Maharaja, you know, but that doesn't matter today or some shit or whatever. And anyway, he makes fun of Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal gets tired of him doing it, so he attacks The Rock. And then The Rock does the spine buster, I think. I don't remember whether or not he did a people's elbow, but he throws Jinder out the ring as far as I can remember. And then he spends the last amount of time on the promos talking about, you know, The Rock is hungry. The Rock is going to get something to eat. And he says something about, should I eat at a bar? Should I eat somewhere? I forgot what it was. And then he was like, or should I eat at the head of the table? And I knew he was going to say that anyway. But I'm like, bro, really? That's how you start the Rock versus Roman feud? See, this goes right back to what I said about Stone Cold versus CM Punk. The feud has to make sense. Now, some of you are going to say, well, the feud does make sense. They're family and all that. Yeah, I know, but there was no build up to the feud. He just literally came back, went back and forth with Jinder Mahal, did his comedy act, and then he beat Jinder Mahal up, and then he decides he wants to fight Roman Reigns. Okay, but why? Why? See, I have to go back to the time when he returned in 2011. At least when he came back in 2011, he made his intentions clear. Cena, I'm back. You've been running your mouth about me. Now I'm gonna kick your ass. He made his intentions clear from jump. He told you what he was back to do. Period. But with this, he does this thing back and forth with Jinder Mahal, and it's like, why the fuck are you even arguing with Jinder Mahal? Why? He's a nobody. Like, really? You're arguing with this guy? Seriously? You're arguing with Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is a jabroni, as The Rock likes to call people. Jinder Mahal is a jabroni if I've ever seen one. Seriously. He's like the definition of a jabroni, and you spend 5 minutes arguing with this guy? It's like it wasn't even worth it. What The Rock should have done is come back. If he was gonna diss him for like maybe a minute and a half, beat the shit out of him, throw him out of the ring, and then be like, Roman, I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you, bullying people. You're not the tribal chief. You're a loser. You're a whatever. You're a jabroni, whatever you want to call him. You're a candy ass. Any of those things. You're not a tribal chief. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm coming to get you. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. It's that simple. But no, he couldn't even do that right. He came back and he went back and forth with a fucking loser, and then out of nowhere he wants to fight Roman Reigns. It just doesn't make any sense. Now I'm guessing Friday Roman Reigns is gonna do his thing, and then they're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they eventually meet at WrestleMania. I don't think that the 2011 return was the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was better than this shit. Because like I told you, at least when he came back in 2011, he made his intentions known. Cena, I'm back to whoop your ass. You've been talking shit about me for years, and now we're gonna see if you can back up what you've been saying. That's basically the gist of the promo from 2011. And that's what he should have done here. Roman, I'm sick of your shit. You've been bossing our family around for 3 years. You've been treating our family like shit. You're embarrassing the family name. I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna whoop your candy ass if you smell what The Rock is cooking. That's the way it should have been. That's the gist of the promo. But no, he's sitting there fucking arguing with Jinder Mahal. WWE is fucking crazy. This is why I always tell people that watch my WWE rants, I wouldn't go to WWE if somebody paid for it. I'm not going. It is a waste of time. The writing is shit. It's bad. That's not who The Rock is. The Rock doesn't do that. He's supposed to be a badass. He comes out, Roman, I'm gonna whoop your ass. If anything, why don't you make fun of the way he looks or whatever? And like Walt Clyde said, shout out to Walt Clyde, by the way. I'm learning these new wrestling YouTubers. There's Walt Clyde and XDN Sports. Shout out to both of those guys. But like Walt Clyde said, they're probably going to make Roman beat The Rock anyway. Because I see where this feud is going. The Rock is going to talk his shit and talk his shit and talk his shit. And then Roman Reigns is going to either make fun of how The Rock is a Hollywood star now, or he's going to make fun of The Rock for being old. And I'm willing to bet you Walt Clyde is right. They're probably just gonna let Roman beat The Rock to make Roman look like a badass, even though he's technically not, because like Walt Clyde said, all Roman Reigns does is fucking cheat. If it wasn't for the bloodline, he wouldn't have been champion this long. It's the same thing every fucking time. And don't be surprised if Roman Reigns cheats again and the bloodline helps him beat The Rock. It's gonna be the same shit over and over and over again. He just does the same thing over and over. He's gonna cheat again and beat The Rock. I'm so fucking sick of Roman Reigns. Thank you to Walt Clyde for pointing that out. And I didn't even notice that, but he's right. All Roman does is fucking cheat. But he's supposed to be some badass? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Roman Reigns versus Rock feud. I think it's going to be a piece of shit feud. I'm only invested in it because The Rock is my favorite WWE character. And I'm going to stay loyal to him. I think it's a shit feud. It's a shit storyline already. Because this isn't what The Rock would do. He would have come back and made his intentions known from the jump, from the get-go. Not argue with a fucking nobody like Jinder Mahal. If anything, I'll say it again. Rock would have come back, walked down to the ring. He might have talked with Jinder for a few minutes, rock bottom him, throw his ass out the ring, and then make the rest of the promo about how he's gonna whoop Roman's ass. That's The Rock. That's what The Rock does. I know. I've been watching that character since '99. I know the dude inside and out. This is just some manufactured, watered down corporate bullshit. Like CM Punk. Same thing. WWE's not WWE anymore. It's just a bunch of fake corporate manufactured bullshit. And they don't give a shit if you're disappointed because they know you as the fans will take anything that they give you. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the upcoming feud. I'll follow up if something interesting happens. Shout out to those two channels I just mentioned in the IWC, Walt Clyde and XDN Sports. I hope I got their names right. Alright guys, this is the Myers Fan 25. Subscribe to all of my social media pages. I'm out. I approve this message. Please be sure to follow me on all forms of social media at the Myers Fan 25 and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Thank you for watching.